morning, my little world. Today I'm bringing you a message that was inspired by my guide. A couple weeks ago, I got a message from my guide telling me to stop manifesting and start planning. Well, it's taken me a while to think about this message and to figure out what this message actually means. But what it means is our manifestations have already manifested, and it's time to move to the next step, to receive those manifestations, to be open to those manifestations, to allow those manifestations. And you do that with a plan. This is called planifesting. You can't have a manifestation without a plan of what to do with it. You can't say, I want a new car, I want a new car, I want a new car, and leave it sit in the driveway. It doesn't work that way. You need a new car because you want safe, reliable transportation. You want to feel better about what's going on in your vehicle situation. So many things and so many reasons. And so I've taken a couple of weeks to formulate this message, and I hope it makes sense to you. This is how planifesting works. Let's say you want to have a party. Okay, what kind of party would you like to have? And you plan that party. Where will it be? Who will it be? How many people? What's the theme of the party? Is it a birthday party, an anniversary party, a wedding? And you plan it down to the last detail, the food that's going to be served, what hours it's going to have. That planning is action. That action creates attraction. By thinking those thoughts and projecting them in the right direction, it raises one's vibration. By writing down those thoughts, by working on that plan, that increases that vibration in that direction. It steps it up. So many times people get stuck in that manifestation. Their car hasn't arrived yet. They keep planning. Oh, I need a car, I need a car, I need a car, I need a car. And they keep asking and asking and asking. But they're not open, they're not allowing, and they're not receiving. Because they haven't given a reason why they need that car. My old car is unsafe. Yeah, my old car is unreliable. Those are all things, but you need to work out that plan on how you're going to get that car. What are you going to do when you get that car? What are you going to do with the old car? It's very much like other things in life. Okay, let's say that you have a significant other you want to move in with you. Okay? Well, if you're much like me, your home is already full. My closets are full. My room is full. I don't have room for another dresser. And my man has some of his own furniture. And so part of my getting ready, as Abraham says, get ready to be ready, to be ready, to be ready. Readiness is part of that action that creates attraction as well. So one of the things I need to do, and I need to make space for the things that he has. I need to decide, am I keeping my couch or are we using his? Are we keeping my table and chairs or are we using his? And you need to make room. So one of the things I had to do was I had to thin out my closet. I had to get rid of things that no longer served me. I have clothes that I've had in my closet for 10 years, thinking I'll lose enough weight to wear these again. Well, if I haven't done that in 10 years, then it's very seriously possible that I will never do that. So I have enough money to buy new clothes. Sometimes we just need to part with the old, no matter what our intentions are. So, in order to allow my man to move into my home, I had to make room for him. So I had to evaluate my space. Where would his dresser go? Where would his television go? I had two, he has two. I'm going to sell one, he's going to bring one. He's going to sell one, so we'll still have two. And things like that, the more effort you put into it, you write it down, you organize the furniture, you decide what color you're going to paint the room, or where that dresser is going to be, or that mirror, or that picture. All of this is part of that planifesting, because your manifestations are just on the horizon. And many people can't realize those signs and synchronicities when it's happening. They're still stuck in the, I want my man to move in, I want my man to move in, I want my girl to move in, I want my girl to move in. But without that room, without that space, how much harder would it be when that person did move in to have all this stuff just dropped in your lap? Most of the time, if you're like me, stuff creates stress. That mess creates stress. And so it would be so much smoother, so much easier to already have that space allocated, to know where things are going, to be able to rid yourself of whatever it was in the beginning that you need to do to make this happen. All these actions create that attraction. Writing it down, thinking about it, speaking about it, telling your guy, telling your girl, I like your table and chairs. I'll get rid of mine to have your table and chairs here. All those things are telling the universe that you are open to receive. You are ready to receive that manifestation. Many people can't get by that idea of they have to get rid of things, but we all have things that no longer serve us. I know I have things that I enjoy, that I've enjoyed for years, but they've been packed in a closet. I no longer enjoy them. Those things can be given away with a clean heart and a happiness inside. Not having to worry about what is going to happen, because you're getting rid of them. You're giving them to somebody who needs them. You're donating them to charity. You're putting them out in the trash. You're making that space. I look at it this way. Abraham always speaks about the vortex. And our vortex is only so big at the top. And I think of it like a funnel. And so, how many things are trapped at that bottom of that funnel that can't get out? And if it can't get out, you can't get more. Because once your funnel's full, it overflows. So you have to make space, especially when your manifestation is close. So, I advise you to do something like get a calendar and schedule those changes, like Friday, January 5th, you're going to clean out the closet, okay? And by January 6th, all that's going to be gone. You're going to be so much happier with that extra space and without those extra clutter hanging around. Like I said, mess in my home creates stress for me. So, another thing, people talk about, I want to win the lottery, I want to win the lottery, I want to win the lottery. Okay, have you made a plan past winning the lottery? Have you done that? Have you decided on a financial advisor? Have you thought about what charities you will donate to? Have you thought about setting up a trust fund to protect your investment? Have you thought about how you would receive that money? Would you take a lump sum? Would you take cash payments? There's so much that goes into that. And many people who win are not prepared for that. So they're not successful in that winning. Many people who win the lottery just a few years later are broke because they didn't plan it. And so planning is an essential part of a manifestation. There's only just so long that you can ask for something. I want that car, I want that car, I want that car, before that car starts coming. But the point is, unless you have a plan for that car is dead in the water. And a lot of times people lose interest in their manifestations because of the fact that they can't let go of other things. Or they let go of that manifestation before it actually turns into a physical thing. Like they ask for a car, they ask for a car, they ask for a car. And then they start manifesting a pair of new shoes or new furniture or a TV. And they put that car on the back burner. Manifestation is a constant, ongoing process. You know, I use a vision board. I put things up on my vision board, things that I want to see, things that I want to accomplish. And I look at that vision board. I occasionally update that vision board, but I got to a point last year where I wasn't looking at that vision board. And you know what? Everything that's on that vision board today has been there for at least a year. So I was told to clear my vision, and that's another action that creates attraction. Anything that we are doing that is forward thinking, that involves our minds, our hearts, our bodies, and our creativity, is mastering that manifestation. I want you to be able to master this manifestation. I want you to be able to simply think and allow things to come into your being. I want you to know that it is there. It is at the edge. You can feel it when it's happening. One of the big things I was manifesting this year was a proposal from my man. We'd briefly spoken about it. You know, I care about him, he cares about me. And so eventually the talk actually got around to getting married. But my man was fearful that he had really nothing to offer me. I had to tell him, you know, the first time I got married, we had nothing either. And I'd feel stronger if we built together. Sometimes, you know, it's the smaller things that we say. And then I found a ring that I liked, and I casually sent him the picture to the ring and told him, you know, I'm not interested in diamonds. I have plenty of diamonds from my first husband. I would like something I didn't have. I'd like sapphires, emeralds, rubies, and I received a sapphire engagement ring. The very ring I sent him in the picture. It was in his budget, and he was thrilled. On Christmas, he proposed to me, and I said yes. Now, what do I do? That was my big manifestation this year. And I had no plans beyond that engagement. I had no plans for marriage. How are we going to get married? When are we going to get married? Where are we going to get married? And that's where that message from my guides came from. My guides knew in advance that he bought me that ring. My guides knew that he was going to ask me to marry him. And I was the one who was still thinking, you know, it was not happening. Now that he and I are going to get married, I've already worked out that space issue because I wanted to have room for him to move in when we did get married. And I think that accelerated that manifestation by me opening my heart, getting rid of things that no longer served us or served me, and making room for him and his things in my life. So, if your manifestation isn't working, try planifestation. Plan it. Plan your next step after that manifestation. You want a great relationship? Plan it out. Plan where you would like that relationship to go. Plan what you would like to do. I'd like to have a relationship for about a year. I'd like to get married. I'd like to settle down. I would like to buy a home. I would like to have children, and plan that all out. Planning uses our creativity. That action creates that attraction. I hope you've enjoyed this message. I enjoyed this message, and I hope it helps you not to manifest, but to planifest. Love to all.